The war between Iran and Israel was started by Israel using the excuse that Iran was going to build the nuclear bomb. This happened when Iran was engaged in diplomatic talks with Western countries. Iran did never want a war with Israel. It was pursuing its nuclear program for civilian use, as it reiterated on many occasions, and it was in discussion with major powers to find a common ground and sign a deal. But Israel's aggression came on the heel of 30-year-old tirade against Iran launched by Netanyahu, who falsified facts and used false pretext to attack a sovereign country. And it did not stop there. Netanyahu incessantly invited America to join the forces and stop Iran from building the nuclear weapon. But after the conflict has ended, there is debate who won the war. Iran did never want this war, and Israel's aims were to destroy the nuclear program. But it is reported that even after American attack on Iranian nuclear facilities, there is little indication that these attacks destroyed Iran's abilities to develop a nuclear bomb. Iran might have been pushed 1 or 2 years back, but its technology, information, and key developments are intact. And scholars like John Mearsheimer and others believe that US attack did not destroy Iran's capability. The US claimed that its attack on Iran have destroyed and completely eliminated the nuclear threat. But observers don't share this point of view. This conflict exposed the vulnerabilities of Israel, that its defense system was not 100% accurate, and Iranian retaliations and missiles created impacts in Israel. And despite its famous Iron Dome and arrows and David sling systems, it found itself in constant danger. On the other hand, Israeli attacks on Iran did harm nuclear facilities, missile factories, and also killed key military leaders. But it did not achieve the aim of Netanyahu, and it did not kill the Iranian spirit. The fact is that Iranian Prime Minister Netanyahu needed such a conflict to not only divert attention from the Gaza genocide but also to stay in power, because he is a war criminal, a fugitive, and he is facing numerous charges of corruption and fraud domestically. Professor John Mearsheimer believes that if Iran wants to build a nuclear weapon, no one can stop it because it has enough information. But actually, Iranian leadership doesn't want to develop the bomb. What it wants to find a common ground between Iran and Western powers, including the US, to reduce the economic pain and use nuclear energy for civilian use. As far as regime change objective was concerned, it did not make any headway, and it was not possible like it happened in Iraq or Libya, because Iran does not support any kind of elements who want to build weapons of mass destruction. Iran has always cooperated with International Atomic Energy Agency and it has signed the Non-Proliferation Treaty. Israel shuns both. Israel has not signed NPT nor does it allow IAEA officials, IAEA. The nuclear watchdog supervises the nuclear programs and reports on the nature of the nuclear process. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu tried his best to push the West into another conflict, but this time public opinion and world leadership did not want another war. There is high anticipation between uh, the regional leaders and world powers that a nuclear deal with Iran will be reached and there will be talks and diplomacy will make way because Israel has seen its weaknesses regarding a major attack on its soul and its existence.